Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my final team selection for Blank Gameweek 28 and any transfers that I'm thinking of making as well. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, which players are you going to be bringing in for Game Week 28, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off before we get into my team selection for Blank Game Week 28, just going to quickly go over how I did in double Game Week 27. I did finish on 105 points. I feel like every content creator this week has finished on 105 points. My team is very similar to a lot of other people in the community, and that's just simply because everybody wildcarded in Game Week 26, so everyone was going to have this team around Game Week 27, Game Week 28, etc, etc. So yeah, another 105 points. My Game Week rank of 154k. I mean, I'll gladly take it. My rank is shot up to 60k. It was a really big green arrow. I was actually on 120k I think before double Game Week 27, so now I'm on 60k, so basically doubled it, or halved it, I guess. So yeah, Raya got 9 points, Henry got 8, Trippier got 5, Estepinian got 9, March got 11, Rashford got 3, Matoma got 12, Saka got 3, Captain Tony came through and got 26 points. Really unfortunate yellow card as well at the end of the game. He would have finished on 28, which obviously would have outscored Kane captainers. Kane did get 13, Haaland got 6, and then the bench, of course, you know, Kepa getting 3, Zinchenko getting 6, Odegaard getting 7, and Botman getting 2. I mean, obviously a very nice bench, but we're going to be saving that for Game Week 29, and hopefully we can get more points than that. Obviously, there's the whole March goal controversy. I understand why the points didn't get added on, just simply because obviously it was an hour after the game finished, and those are the rules. But I believe in like 2 other situations have actually been changed like after the game, so I don't know why this was different. I'd also understand if it was in a different game week, but we were literally still in double Game Week 27, so I don't really understand why they couldn't go back and change it, because they had like the days between obviously the second Brighton game. So yeah, for me, I mean, I understand why it didn't get changed because it was the rules, but because it's been changed in the past, and as well as that it's also the same game week, I feel like they could have made an exception, but you know, it is what it is. It would have been a nice extra like 6 or 7 points, which obviously would have helped my rank even more, but it is what it is. The game's the game, and yeah, they obviously came out and addressed the situation, but I don't know, I feel like because of the past situations it could have been changed. Anyway, I don't want to go on a tangent. I'm very happy with 105 points, don't need to be greedy. Moving on to my team selection though for Blank Game Week 28. In goal we do have Kepa, who's got Everton at home. I am going to play Kepa over Raya. I just feel like, you know, even though they're both home games, I think Chelsea's defense is arguably better than Brentford's, so that's why we're going Kepa. But I think Raya is a really good option as well. I do at the back though have Henry, Trippier, Zinchenko, Botman, and Estepinian. Of course, Estepinian is going to be blanking this week. Potentially might get rid of him. There's so much to do with transfers this week. It's actually a bit ridiculous. There's so many different paths I could take. I'm probably going to choose the wrong one like usual. But because I've got Henry, I'm obviously going to play Kepa. I don't really want to go double Brentford defense when I could bring in a Chelsea, I guess, defender or keeper, whatever. So yeah, in goal Kepa, and then Henry, Leicester at home. Trippier's got Forest away. Zinchenko's got Crystal Palace at home, and then Botman's got Forest away. Obviously, Zinchenko just played 120 minutes in the Europa League, and they just lost that game. I hope that doesn't hurt his minutes too much. I'm fine if he plays like 65, 70. I don't think that Tierney's going to start over him. I think that Tierney is actually probably going to leave Arsenal. I think that they're putting him up for sale or something, or like asking for offers or whatever. Trippier and Botman, double Newcastle defence away at Forest. That game's obviously on tonight, so as a Forest fan, I feel like we are going to score in that game, so I'm not actually expecting too many points there. Trippier could potentially get an assist or a goal or whatever. Botman is the exact same, could easily get a goal or an assist. But yeah, I don't know, I've just got such a feeling that we are going to score tonight. But that also being said, Brennan Johnson is going to miss tonight's game, and that's like one of our best players. Arguably our best player going forward, apart from like Morgan Gibbs-White. So that's going to hurt us a lot. That'll obviously help the double Newcastle clean sheet. Chris Wood's obviously not allowed to play, but I don't think anyone's going to really miss him that much. I don't rate him at all. So yeah, I don't know. Potentially could be a double clean sheet, because obviously Brennan Johnson's out. That's a massive loss for us, and obviously very, very helpful for that Newcastle clean sheet. So yeah, that's just kind of the situation that the Newcastle defense is in right now. And then yeah, Henry's got Leicester at home, who I could also potentially get rid of this week. We'll talk about that later. And then yeah, Zinchenko, Crystal Palace at home, who obviously just played 120 minutes. However, though, Crystal Palace have just sacked Vieira, and as well as that, they do only have a 19-year-old goalkeeper. So I don't know. As long as Zinchenko starts, I'm feeling confident about the whole kind of situation, but we'll have to wait and see. Either way, though, that is the back line and the goalkeeper. In midfield, is very minimal. I've got Ødegaard and Saka. Ødegaard, another player that played quite a lot last night. Saka also played a few minutes. But, yeah, I feel like because of this 19-year-old goalkeeper and Vieira's gone, I think the captaincy kind of... it just picks itself, really. I mean, there's obviously other good options as well, like Tony, Kane, also really, really good options. But I think because of the reasons I've just stated, I think Saka is probably the best option this week. And obviously on penalties, stuff like that. So, yeah, hopefully he can get something. So I am going to go Saka. But there are other good captaincy options this week as well. But either way, that's the midfield. And then up top, we do have Tony, who's got Leicester at home. And then Kane, who's got Southampton away. And then Haaland, obviously, blanking. And then the bench, Raya, who's got Leicester at home. And then March, Matoma, and Rashford all blanking as well. So I've got 9 playing players. I've got 2 free transfers in the bank. And I might use both. I might just use one. I'm not really too sure yet. But either way, that is how my team is currently shaping up for Blank Game Week 28. Moving on to the transfers, though, and this is the situation. I've got 3.9 in the bank, so I've got a bit of moolah in the bank. I've got 2 free transfers, and one of them this week, even though he did pop off 5 goals in the Champions League, he probably could have scored more if Pep kept him on. I will be getting rid of... Haaland for Watkins this week. Obviously, Havertz, another really, really good shout. But I think with Champions League coming up, I think Havertz may get rotated a little bit. I think Watkins is just a safer pick. He's got really good fixtures on either end of the double and also doubles as well. On penalties, he's got a really good XG at the moment, playing really, really well. So yeah, I think Watkins kind of picks himself for me. Havertz, I don't think is a bad pick at all. And, you know, I'd probably rather have Havertz than like Tony. But at the same time, because of Champions League and stuff and that rotation, again with like Ben Chilwell as well, that's kind of what's putting me off Ben Chilwell a little bit. I might even get Chilwell, but at the same time, could be rotated. And, you know, Kukurea could also play for Chilwell as well. So I think he's a little bit more up for rotation as well than any other player. But either way, I'm going to be picking Watkins over Haaland. Now I've got 1 free transfer left. I've got 8.3 mil in the bank. And I honestly don't know what to do with this. There's different things I could do here. So first off, I could get rid of Henry and bring in Chilwell. I know I just spoke about Chilwell there and like why I wouldn't bring him in, but obviously he's got really nice fixtures. He looks nailed. And as long as he plays like 70, 80 every game, then I'm absolutely fine with that. So I could get rid of Henry and obviously play Chilwell. The downside of this is I'm getting rid of a playing player in Game Week 28, and that always just doesn't really make much sense. But Estepinian, obviously, I'm going to want him for double Game Week 29 because Brighton's doubles are really good. They've got Bournemouth away and they've got Brentford at home. Of course, he is going to be on Australia a few days before, so that's another kind of issue with him. So potentially it's smarter to get rid of him this week and then bring in Chilwell, and then then I can bring Estepinian in when he's got another double, because it's not even confirmed that he's going to have a double in 31. That's just what people are expecting. So I could just hold off and then bring him in for Game Week 31, because if he doesn't have a double like until like Game Week 34, which again could be the situation, he's got Tottenham away, Chelsea away, and then City at home. And I don't really need him for any of those games. I'm not going to be playing him for any of those games. So that could be an option that I do take. The only downside is obviously I do lose him for the double there, which obviously is a very nice double as a Brighton defender. And I love watching him play, man. He doesn't even play as a fullback sometimes. He's literally in the midfield. So he's a really, really good option. So yeah, I'm a little bit in 2 ways about it. I don't know whether to get rid of him this week, sacrifice the double, obviously have 11 playing players in Game Week 28, and then, yeah, if they don't double in 31, then I'm all right. If they do double in 31, I'll probably just have to bring him back. But at the same time, obviously I'm getting rid of a double Game Week player next week as well I know he's another double Game Week player, but at the same time, could easily get rotated. So, yeah, I could get rid of Estepinian for Chilwell, which, again, I think Chilwell is kind of the only player that I'm really thinking about bringing in. There's not really anybody else that I want. There's obviously like Luke Shaw and stuff like that, who obviously doubles in 29 and has some nice fixtures after that and will be doubling again. But he does blank in Game Week 28, so I don't think it really makes sense. I think Chilwell is a really good option to bring in this week. And then it's up to like the debate, do I play double Chelsea defense or double Brentford defense? I probably play double Chelsea defense, but yeah, Chilwell could be in for Estepinian, and then I have 11 playing players, still got 7.1 in the bank, and then we just kind of play like that. Another option that I could take, which I kind of also want to do, but at the same time, like the whole Estepinian Australia thing is kind of playing on my mind. But if I don't decide to get rid of him, I could decide to get rid of March and bring in Maddison this week, because that would still allow me to have 11 playing players, because obviously I have Maddison away at Brentford. Doesn't really help because I've got a midfielder taking on a defender, so that's never obviously helpful. That's the only kind of downside to this move. But either way, I've got 11 playing players, and then after that, what I would do is then just bring in like Luke Shaw next week or something, because then I'm not like getting rid of a double game week player, and I just get rid of Zinchenko or something. Or if I really wanted to, I just bring in McAllister instead of March, because I feel like even though March did kind of score in the last game and probably should have had 2 over the double game week, McAllister's still numbers are a lot better. So I could get rid of like Erdegaard and get in like McAllister in game week 29 or something like that. And that would be, again, another doubler coming in. And again, he's on penalties. He's playing a lot more advanced in that number 10 role. And that gives me more doublers as well. So yeah, that could be another option that I do take. I'm honestly in 2 ways about it. I think I'm going to wait for the press conference, and that's going to decide what I kind of go with. I'm definitely going to be playing, I'm definitely going to be getting rid of Haaland for Watkins this week, though. That's definitely set. I just need to pull the trigger on that. But apart from that, I honestly, I don't know what to do with my last transfer. I could also just roll. Play with 10 this week, and then just have 2 free transfers for 2 double game week players next week. And then I could bring in probably Erdegaard. I'd probably get rid of Erdegaard for Madison. And then I'd obviously get rid of maybe Zinchenko for Luke Shaw or something. Casemiro not being in does kind of put me off Luke Shaw a little bit, but he does have some nice fixtures, and obviously that double in the future as well. So I could do something like this in double game week 29. And obviously people are probably asking why, if you bring in Madison in next week, why don't you bring him in this week? But obviously I'd be getting rid of a Brighton player for him, whereas I just get rid of a single player for him. So that is the situation that I'm kind of at. I'm really not sure. The only thing I'm definitely doing this week is taking out Haaland, bringing in Watkins, captaining Saka. And then apart from that, I don't know what to do with my other transfer. Let me know what you guys think. What are you doing? I'm sure some of you guys are in the same kind of position as this, and you don't really know what to do. I've seen a lot of different people on Twitter doing different things, and I honestly can't make my mind up about it. There's kind of positives and negatives to like every move that I make. So yeah, there's not just a standout move this week. So it's going to be interesting. Either way, if you enjoyed, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new. And until next time, peace.